I love you, brother, but you've been getting a lot of hate lately on your top 10 running backs of all time. Actually, it was Mount Rushmore. It was 4 of them. And then I asked you about Peterson not being in your top 10. So let's clear the air. Give me your top 10, 1 through 10 right now. Let's see what you
Bro,
got.
I'm going to say this, man. To you young cats, bro, that don't know shit. You know, I'm a AP fan, bro. I watched him when he was at Oklahoma. I thought he should have won the Heisman as a true freshman. And I was watching the game when his dad had just got out of prison and was there for him and watching the game. So the problem is, when you said the Mount Rushmore, you're talking about 4 spots. You remember I told you 10 spots. That's impossible, man. That's like trying to take 2 fat ass elephants and put them in a Fiat. It's impossible to happen. It's not going to happen. And you gotta, what you guys, you young guys, I'm gonna keep saying you young guys. That's why I call you the kid. Is you need to understand one thing, man. It was guys before those guys, man. Eric, Gale Sayers. You can't tell me that people that actually saw Gale Sayers and Larry Zonka and those guys, back in the day, Jim Brown, that that played the game. And you can't at that time those cats was the dominant running backs at that time. So it's a lot of cats, like I said, man. In my top 10 that were hell of a players, and you got him. He's number 5 in history in rushing, right? On your list, you got him at number 4. Your number one, your number one guy is Barry Sanders, and his daddy thought he was the second best running back because of Jim Brown. It was because his father watched Jim Brown, and
another OG.
Another OG, and like I said, I got ED at 1, Tony Dorsett, Barry Sanders at 3, Emmett at 4, Marshall Faulk at 5, Jim Brown at 6, Walter Payton at 7, Terrell Davis at 8, Marcus Allen at 9, Franco Harris. Y'all don't even talk about that cat. That cat won.
Nobody talks about him. Nobody talks about him. Yeah, you're right.
But that cat won, 4 Super Bowls, man. Tony Dorsett won hardware. Marshall Faulk won hardware. Emmitt Smith got 3 Super Bowls. So it's hard to, when you say your top 10, and I got AP at 11, and, right behind him, I got guys like Earl Campbell, O.J. Simpson, Gale Sayers, and we ain't going to talk about Thurman Thomas, bro. So
Thurman Thomas.
Yeah, man. And so, for me, you thinking that I'm slighting on AP, man, that's not true. It's just the people that I got a chance to see and play in my era that I knew that could kick ass, bro. So that's why I got AP at number 11 on my list.
So you're basing a lot of your list on guys that you saw playing, and you are putting this picture of what a running back should look like. We're not talking about yards and stats, and hardware has some bit to do with it, but you're talking about just a complete running back.
Yeah, that's my definition of you gotta count Super Bowls, man, because you take Terrell Davis off the Denver Broncos, they do not win that championship. You take Emmitt Smith off the Dallas Cowboys, do they still win the Super Bowl? I don't think so. You take Marshall Faulk off the Rams. Yeah. If they don't have him, do they win the Super Bowl? So that's what I base my top 10 on, man. And Sweetness won a Super Bowl also. So I'm gonna let you go because I've been talking the whole time, and I don't want you to get nervous. Talking about you didn't get no me time.
No.
Do your thing,
all right, I'm gonna give you my list,
okay,
and it ain't too different from what you got, but there's a few in there that you ain't gonna be too happy about. All right, number 1, I got Barry Sanders. Number 2, I got Jim Brown. 3, I got Emmett. 4, Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
At 5, I got Sweetness. At 6, I got Marshall Faulk. At 7, I got ED. At 8, I got Marcus Allen. At 9, I got LaDainian Tomlinson. And at 10, I got Derrick Henry. Oh, you don't like them 9 and 10, do you?
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Out of those cats, I made a list the other day. Where my list at? The cats that could play in back then when I played in the 90s, there was no joke playing back in the 90s back then. Derrick Henry could play. Jonathan Taylor could play in that era. Bijan Robinson could play in that era. Saquon Barkley could play in that era.
Sean Alexander.
Who?
Sean Alexander?
Yeah, Sean Alexander could play in that. James Cook could play in that. What you call it for the 49ers? I played with his dad.
McCaffrey
can go.
Yeah.
He's double, triple threat, double threat, And those are the cats that I think could play back in the '90s. Those cats right there. But Derrick Henry could definitely, play back in the era. But I wouldn't have him at number 10 though.
The reason why I got LaDainian Tomlinson and Derrick Henry in there, LaDainian Tomlinson is number 2 all time in touchdowns, 145 touchdowns and 13.6 thousand yards. Like, he was such a versatile back in a time right now where the running back is undervalued. The time that you played in the 80s and 90s, it was a run heavy league. You had first round draft picks, running backs all the time, first round draft picks. Cool. Now it's rare. I mean, like, when the Cowboys drafted Elliott a few years back, it's like, man, they're wasting a first round pick on him, and he was a good running back, right? But the time when you played, run heavy offense was a big deal. Now it's super pass heavy, so that's why I got those guys in there, because what they've done in a pass heavy league is very impressive to have such a long career and put up those kind of numbers in a league that does not value running right now. Most running backs 3 or 4 years and you're out. They can just get a new one out the pen. But to have a 10, 12, 13-year career, I mean, I think it's super impressive right now. Not to slight any of the other guys that you mentioned. Like, I'm leaving out Earl Campbell. I'm leaving out Curtis Martin. I even left out Dorsett, Thurman Thomas, OJ, Riggins, and Harris. I mean, not that any slight on them. I just think those 3 guys I had to include in there because what they've done in the current NFL landscape.
Yeah, it's I don't know why you get me excited. I'm hitting the table.
You're banging your computer
I'm banging my shit right now. So yeah, man. So like I was saying earlier, Tony, that when you start talking about running backs, man, that is a hard thing to do when you talk about 4 spots. That's why I said 10 spots, because you start talking about errors, man, and them cats, all those cats between your list and my list, them dudes kicked ass, and they, every time Eric Dickerson would touch the ball, you go, oh shit, Tony Dorsett, oh my God, or Emmett, and we ain't gonna talk about Barry Sanders. When he started moving around, he can take it to the house. So, them guys got people excited. They put asses in the stands. And, I watched Jim Brown, studied Jim Brown, Gale Sayers. I was an Earl Campbell fan, Love You Blue, with them Houston Oilers. They could never get past the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, when it comes to running backs, man, that's what I focus on, because that's what I got drafted as a running back. So, I know that position.
I feel like it's kind of a disservice to put only 10 in this list, because it is 15, 20, 25 guys that really transcended the game, and leaving them out it's a mess up.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. 20 is hard. You really think about it. 20 spots, and you talk about it in history, Tony. So like I said, man, as far as all that, he hating the old head, don't know what he talking about, and take the mic. Oh, I read y'all comments. Trust me. Take the mic from him. When he said that, I hit pause. I scrolled past him. I played the position, man.
Blocked.
Yeah. So, when you start talking about running backs, man, when you start talking about quarterbacks, the greatest that ever did it, wide receivers, there's always going to be a debate on, who's the best. With my kids, we almost got to a damn fist fight the other day about the whole, LeBron and Michael Jordan thing, man, because we get serious over here, bro. And like I asked my kids, you ever seen Michael Jordan play? No. So shut up. Be quiet. I don't hear that you talking about, bro, because you're gonna run my blood pressure up.
All right. So if you're trying to tell a kid to model a running back, to look at and study and play like, whose name are you putting out there? Is it more based on how they look physically? Because not everybody looks like Walter Payton. Not everybody looks like Barry Sanders. There's different body types.
You talking about the work on their game, man?
You telling them to study one player. Who are you telling them to study?
In this day and age, the guys that can run the ball and catch the ball, guys like Marshall Faulk, guys like Marcus Allen, guys like McCaffrey, Kamara that's playing right now. Jonathan Taylor catch the ball really well.
That's a rough list. I mean, you went a little easier on me than I thought you would have. But
no, man, I love you. That's why you my son. That's why I call you the kid, because you don't know shit. So I'm gonna take it slow with you, man. But we're having fun, man, and we're gonna be talking about sports and different stories that I've experienced, from almost being killed to being shot at, to a cat running off with all my money that I had, getting caught in a Ponzi scheme, a guy that I trusted, to witchcraft almost took me out, and just a lot of stories and different things, man, that I think that, everybody got a podcast, but I think our podcast is going to be a little bit special, man. I really do. And we're having fun. It's therapy for me.